Is it scary on set? You know, what was the creepiest moment on set for you guys?
There's a moment they said they weren't going to pay us.
To the losers.
We made an oath.
Swear? If it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back to it.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
The clown.
that was scary.
Terrifying.
But is it scary? Are you scared? Do you have scary moments?
It was disturbing bits. I'd say rather than scared moments, because you're working very long hours and you get exhausted, and there comes a kind of lack of terror with exhaustion sometimes. But there was real disturbing moments, and a lot of them were provided by being in the proximity of Bill Skarsgård when he was doing his thing.
Yeah, when he would go off,
amazing.
It was kind of, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What's more important? Is it sort of studying the performance of the original that Sophia gave, or is it sort of meeting Sophia and learning more about her?
For me, the most important thing was the performance she gave, because it's such a great blueprint for who Bev was when she was a kid and where she's going. Of course, I loved meeting her, Soph, and talking to her about how she approached the character, but most of our conversations were about Beverly.
I heard the kids wrote letters. Did all the kids write letters to you guys? What stood out? You know,
I mean, I was surprised what Jeremy wrote, and Ben's perspective as a child was kind of similar to what I had been preparing before I got to set, and a lot of it had to do with Beverly, and I guess his fears, or Ben's fears of, becoming lonely in life, which kind of plays out in those 27 years. So yeah, it was cool. It was nice to know that I was bang on in that kind of realm. But I took a lot from watching the first film too. There's this beautiful moment where Jeremy Ray Taylor, who plays young Ben, he when he first meets Bev, and he almost blushes on cue, which is incredibly hard to do, So I kind of took that feeling and infused it into the adult version.
Isaiah, I feel like Mike is a very, very important character in this film because Mike is the only one that stayed in Derry. Can you sort of explain his point of view, and he's the one who brings everyone back together? And can you talk about his place in this film and how he serves the story?
Since he hasn't changed, I don't think that he's ever gotten over the things that happened in the first film. So I think he's just kind of trying to do his best to come to grips with it for 27 years. So when he discovers that things are starting to look familiar, he feels that he has what he thinks is the best solution. And I think when you like you said, it's hard to talk about it because I might give some stuff away. So I just think that when you see the film, you'll see how he's adjusting to dealing with all the stuff that he remembered for the past, or kept with him for 27 years.
Did you all go on a weekend retreat or something in terms of finding the chemistry as an ensemble, finding the chemistry of these childhood friends who went on these experiences together? What did you do to sort of find that chemistry?
Karaoke.
We did
Karaoke?
Well, we filmed the Jade of the Orient scene first, and that we all threw us together. And I think that can actually be really unnerving because we all are just trying to figure each other out as people and then as performers. And then we did a lot of karaoke. Yeah.
Was there a song? Is there a moment that everybody rocked out in and was like, "That's your song"?
I know all the words to Common People.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh."
We're like, wow, he can sing.
Yeah, PJ, he blew
I
it
like
up.
Jarvis Cocker a great deal.
Bill,
The kids love Jarvis Cocker.
Bill and James, the relationship that your two characters have in the first film it provides a lot of comic relief. There's a lot going on between the two of you guys. Is that return in this film?
No.
It's very serious now, actually, between them. Like, they're trying to start a business.
Yeah.
And it's not going well because they don't
Yeah.
know. There's a really long scene at a bank
Yeah.
of us just trying to get
It's actually,
along.
it's 15, and I don't
It's just
say
us trying to
anything
get
the
along,
entire
no
time.
scares, no anything, very dry.
Bill's really,
facts.
and Richie's
I was like,
character.
this is in the book, and
it's-
he was like, yeah, no, it's good. It's
His
good.
character gets really frustrated because his credit is like at a 648, and I'm just, it's not that good.
Everybody's gonna be like, where was this scene in the
No,
film?
yeah, I
Was
was
this a
looking at it in the
cutscene?
book, but yeah, there's this really amazing scene in a bank with the two of us trying to get a loan. It just doesn't. They said it messed with the pacing of the movie.
Yeah, I
it was
think
like
it's-
25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, they kept 15 of it in though. So
What was, Bill, what was most important for you sort of in becoming the older adult version of Finn's character, of Richie?
I don't know. I mean, it's just Richie's, he's just like a guy who's a funny, like a lot of comedians I know, he kind of masks things with jokes and, busting on people like this guy and everybody. But there's a lot of repressed feelings, like all of them, dealing with trauma. I mean, the movie, what's kind of great is not just what's all great horror films is not just about horror. I mean, it could be it's about childhood trauma and growing up with trauma and a collective trauma between these people, and they can all, we all have the same experience, but they all kind of have the same disease, these characters, and they come back together.